Donald Trump is now holding an event for his campaign at his Trump Doral property in Miami. You see they're selling all of this convicted felon merch for all of the MAGA supporters. They're also selling Haktua 2024 merch. That's a big selling item there as well. You see people dressed up in their Trump costumes. It's about 90 plus degrees in Miami. Donald Trump is holding this event outside, and I'm sure his campaign will be getting a bill from his Doral property in Miami. I just want to show you what some of the people who were there for this event were saying, so you have a sense of who these MAGA supporters are and what goes on before the events, because I'm telling you, this is not where most democracy-loving Americans are. This is what the Republican Party has become. Here you have one of Trump's supporters saying that the world is afraid of Trump, and why he likes Trump is that Trump terrorizes the world and terrorizes people. Here, play this clip.
None of that would have happened if Trump was president, and he's got to go back.
I agree. He's got to get back in.
The world was afraid of Trump, and they'll be afraid of him again.
Yeah, I don't think it is what you think. In Germany, for example, they view Donald Trump as a bigger threat to world peace than Kim Jong-un or Vladimir Putin. By the way, at this event, you see all of the front row reserved for all of the Trump family, other than Melania. No Melania in that front row as you take a look at the seats. Here is another MAGA supporter. And again, this is what the Republican Party has become. And in this interview, this Trump supporter says, thank God for Vladimir Putin right now. That's the position of where MAGA is. Thank God for Putin, they say. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, I mean, the whole country's going to hell. If Biden wins again, which he didn't the last time, we're doomed. You know, the big thing for me, which people aren't paying attention to, is we're so close to World War III. And, you know, nobody's talking about it. And thank God for Putin. He's being patient right now, seeing what's going on. But if Biden wins, you know, for me, it's off the table.
Then here's another MAGA supporter at this event saying that the country would be blood red like a bloodbath if there weren't rigged elections. Here, play this clip.
In a fair, non-fraudulent election, I believe the entire nation would be completely blood red. And
it'd be a bloodbath.
It would totally a bloodbath, yeah.
While all of this is going on, the right-wing propaganda media that covers this event was also talking about the elections in France, where a center and left coalition defeated the far right-wing fascist party in France led by Marine Le Pen, and also in the UK, where the Labour Party had a massive victory over the Conservatives. According to the MAGA right-wing Republican propaganda channel, though, those elections were also rigged. They say they don't have any data, but they say they've been hearing about it and it's rigged, and that's why the right-wing fascist party in France lost, and it's why the Labour Party won, because of rigged elections, they're saying. Here, play this clip.
But unfortunately, international reports and election results reveal both the UK and France are shifting left at the top. So some say that it might be a stolen election in those two countries. I'm not there reporting on it. I'm not there with all of the stats on that, but there's a lot of people that are concerned about what's happening in France and the UK.
Then one of the speakers on one of these networks talks about how Trump will take out bad actors. Here, play this clip.
And it has to be put to an end, and President Trump will put it to an end, and he'll put it to an end quickly, because he's going to take out all the bad actors who don't respect the rule of law. He's going to take them, send them to an early retirement and say you're fired to all of them. So
yes, it's hot. Yes, it's all of those things. But like you said, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Right, exactly. President Trump's face will be on Mount Rushmore. I know it. You know, they haven't added a fifth president. I mean, listen, it's George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Yeah, and it's going to soon be Donald Trump added to that list.
Amazing.
And listen, there's a little space on there. They need to put his face on there, because he is the greatest president of our lifetime. He is the greatest president of this country's history, because he is the man who's going to take this country back on its feet and bring us to heights like never before.
So well said. So true.
It's going to be the fifth man on Mount Rushmore. Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt.
I believe I'm not getting.
They also then start talking in this event about putting Americans and politicians into insane asylums and prisons. Play this clip.
He made such a huge part of this
Yes.
2024 agenda, building back Washington, D.C., putting all these people who need to be in mental institutions, probably a lot of people in D.C. as in positions of power, but building these asylums, but really building the city up and making us look once again like a respectable first world country.
And because it was so hot, you have a lot of people actually like passing out or looking like they're passing out. But here, one of the Trump supporters is saying that when people see Donald Trump, they say he's like Elvis, and they make him pass out because he's like seeing Elvis. Here, play this clip.
Favorite thing about a President Trump rally?
Just the people, just the togetherness, yeah, everybody. We're not as segregated as they want to think, we are. Just helping people, seeing people. You wouldn't see this in a Biden rally, I'm telling you. People are passing out over President Trump, people, I'm telling you.
Like Elvis.
Yeah, just like Elvis, that's right. And Trump hasn't left the building, though.
And by the way, when you see Donald Trump post these weird things, like when he posts the photo of himself and Elvis, like his supporters eat that stuff up. The MAGA cult loves this stuff. And remember how I show you that Donald Trump always sends these emails out to his base saying, I love you. Do you love me? I'm in love with you. We're a happy family. We're a happy MAGA family. Love, love, love. That's the kind of cult brainwashing that cult leaders do. Where I love you. I'm here for you. And you'll see the MAGA cult like buys this stuff up. Like here's someone saying he loves us. He loves us. Here, play this clip.
What they're going to get, if they want to see it, is the truth. And he doesn't owe anybody anything. You can't buy him. And you know what? He loves us and this country. I don't know what else you can ask for.
Then another of the Trump supporters say that Trump will pay out of his own pocket to hire police to protect his supporters. Play the clip.
And I've said often that President Trump will, out of his pocket, pay extra, oftentimes, for police presence to protect his supporters. Always. He cares so much about the people that come out to support him.
Okay, he's holding the event at the Miami Doral hotel that he owns, so he can grift off of the event. Trump has not paid so many indoor venues the bills he owes them, so he can no longer do events there. So he tries to find public spaces. Okay, you think that Donald Trump is going to pay anything out of his own pocket for you, the supporters? I mean, come on. Here, one of the Trump supporters talks about how broke they are and that they're tired of paying for broke people, but also they're so broke, but they show up at the event wearing all of this Trump gear that probably costs a fortune. Here, play this clip.
Border.
Border.
Yeah, we got to shut down the border, right?
I'm sick of paying for all these people. Am I broke? No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
So people.
Right, I mean, you've got these people buying Trump pins for like $1,000. The Trump selling these pins. It's the American flag with Trump's name on it, or the Trump black card that he's selling, or they're buying Trump coins or Trump $1,000 bills. They're taking real currency and buying fake currency with Donald Trump's name on it. And these are the people who are whining and say, we don't have money. We don't have, you're spending your money and you're giving it to Donald Trump's grift. Don't you realize what you are doing? Here, by the way, is Marco Rubio before the speech. And his main issue right here is that the Democrats do not want Republicans or the American people to use plastic straws. Stop the paper straws, Marco Rubio says. Here, play this clip.
But the truth is that it ranges from that to I saw a clip the other day where she wants to ban plastic straws. Those paper straws suck. We don't want paper straws in America.
And finally, let me show you here. You can take all of that, compare that to President Biden's speech that he was giving in NATO. Here's what President Biden had to say so we can actually see what real leadership is. Play this clip.
An overwhelming bipartisan majority of Americans understand that NATO makes us all safer. The fact that both Democratic and Republican parties are represented here today is a testament to that fact. The American people know that all the progress we've made in the past 75 years has happened behind the shield of NATO. And the American people understand what would happen if there was no NATO. Another war in Europe, American troops fighting and dying, dictators spreading chaos, economic collapse, catastrophe. Americans, they know we're stronger with our friends, and we understand this is a sacred obligation. As President Reagan put it, and I quote, "If our fellow democracies are not secure, we cannot be secure. If you are threatened, we are threatened. If you're not at peace, we cannot be at peace." Reagan knew it then, and we know it now. Our nations will continue to keep faith with what we pledged in years to come.
And folks, the reason I share a clip with you like that is most Americans are not going to rallies with Haktua 2024 shirts, with convicted felon shirts. That is not in line with what we the people want. We the people do not let the media and corporate media tell us that, like, and gaslight us that what I just showed you is America. That's MAGA. Okay, the silent majority of America are made up of Democrats, independents, people not affiliated with political parties, mainstream Republicans, mainstream conservatives, liberals, progressives, people who aren't identifying with anything and just are like, look, I just want normalcy. Okay, because what I showed you there, the type of behavior I showed you there, is some of the strangest, most deranged cult-like behavior that exists. And that's not reflective of who we are as American people. But it's important that we, the silent majority of Americans who just want normalcy, democracy, supporting our allies, we're not praising Vladimir Putin, that we don't get discouraged by all of this and just recognize that is not representative of who we are. Because if we control our power, we control our agency, we control our future, there's nothing that can't be done. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.